Okay, for yesterday's Tech Wednesday, we started off by going through the webpage School and Tech. That's where this is being posted. Then we went to our shared Google document, and this is our long link for our Google document. And what I did, I went ahead and shortened it using our bit.ly shortcut that we used last week. So this will take you to our shared Google document. If you still need shared on this, create a Gmail account and send me your Gmail address, and I will go ahead and share this document so you can edit along with us on that. So for today's Tech Wednesday, March 14th, the first thing we started covering was the CK12 Flexbook. So if we go into a new tab and just Google CK12, it should be our first link here. When you click on this, the first thing you're going to want to do when you go into this Flexbook is to go ahead and sign up. So right here where it says new to CK12 sign up, you're going to sign up, create an account, and I am going to go ahead and sign in with my account. So you can see how this works. And let me get my password right. Now once you sign up, you will have to activate your account by going into your email. Once you activate it, if you go back to our home button here, you can see all of the different textbooks that they currently have available on this. SE is your student edition and TE is teacher edition. So if we go into Life Science student edition, once you click on this, you gotta wait for it to open up. If, for example, you want to look at the introduction to living organisms, you could go into this book to view it, or I'm sorry, into this chapter actually. And if this looks like something of interest to you, then what you may want to do is actually go and edit this chapter. So if there's pieces of it that you would want to take out or add, maybe some other information from other chapters. So I mean, you may want to copy and paste stuff from another website. Just make sure you give that website credit for the information that you're putting in. Once you have your chapter edited the way that you'd like, you can go ahead and save it in your library. So you can see it's saving my chapter. And then if I go back to my library, this is where that just went to. Okay, let's try that again. Back to my library. It's going to be under edited chapters, not under the Flexbooks. So here's the chapter that I edited. You can continue to edit this if you want. You can view it again. What we're going to do here, we're going to go ahead and add this to our Flexbook shelf. Right over here is our Flexbook shelf. So when we add it, now we have this chapter in our Flexbook. Currently, I don't have a name for this. What you're going to do is once you get your chapters put together, and my recommendation, okay, let's go ahead and close that out. My recommendation is to don't worry about creating an entire textbook from the get-go. Just create one chapter at a time as you're covering it, and then towards the end of the year, like next spring, spring, what you could do is you could group all of your one chapter books together and create one large textbook. So what you're going to do, you're going to save, give it a title, such as, I'll name this one Introduction to Living Organisms. And I'll just leave this as a default for right now. And click on Save. So now it has this Flexbook saved. If we continue, if I go back into my Flexbooks, this is going to list all of the books that I've created. That's why we want to create an account with this. If you click on this little Print Flexbook, what this is going to do is actually give you an option to print or save a PDF file of this. So if we go to the Print Center, it automatically switches you over to this other tab. Right now this is queued. This will take a minute, so I'm going to go ahead and pause our video and I'll be right back. Okay, that only took about 2 minutes to do. So you can see that this chapter is 32 pages long. If we click on some of these, so you can read your Flexbook, so that will actually show up within the CK12's webpage. So you can see here, it's going to kind of flip like a book. This one's a little slower. You're probably going to want to do the PDF file of it. So right here where it says download PDF, you can go ahead and download this. Now for some reason Google Chrome, they always think it's a harmful file. I'm going to go ahead and keep. I know it's not a harmful file, it's just a PDF file that I've created. Now this is quite large. It's 9.9 megabytes, which is a pretty large file for a PDF. I'm going to go ahead and pause it again while this is downloading. Okay, this is finished downloading. We're going to go ahead and open this up. I use a different PDF reader. I use Foxit Reader instead of Adobe Reader. You're probably familiar with Adobe Reader. When I click on our plus, we can get different sections of our book that students would be able to click on. And this would be all interactive, so students would be able to click and go to different sections. You're going to probably want to zoom this in a little bit. So this is showing the chapter. Now some of these chapters will have videos in them that you can see. Students will be able to zoom this in on whatever they're using as long as they can open up a PDF file. So my recommendation is you would put this either on your web page or on a Schoology link so students would be able to get access to this file very quickly. So if I go back to my CK12, the way I got that PDF to download was clicking on this right here. And that's pretty much all there is with the CK12. There's a lot of different books to use on their site. I mean, these are all different books. With the student editions, there's going to be questions with answers for the students. Teachers editions, there's going to even be some lesson plans that would be included with some of those. So that's all that there is with that. Our next topic that we covered, if we go back to my presentation, was Google searching. Now, most people, you know how to do a basic search. So for example, last night we did the word tigers. Now when you put in tigers, you can see that I'm getting a lot of stuff on the Detroit Tigers. You're probably not going to see anything dealing with the Holgate Tigers. But if I put in Tigers and then I put in Holgate, Google's pretty smart and they're able to figure out that you don't want anything on the Detroit Tigers, that you want something related to the Holgate Tigers. But what you can do with this is if we put the word Holgate in quotation marks, now Google will only report pages that they have to have the word Holgate spelled correctly like that on the page somewhere. Now you may be asking yourself, okay, how will this help me in my classroom? So for example, say you're doing a science fair project. You could type in science fair. So at this point the page would have to have the words science fair together like that on the page. And then if you want to put a plus symbol, you could set what other word also has to be on the page. So say you're doing a science fair project on plants. So at this point it has to have the word science fair on the page and has to have the word plants on the page. So out of the entire internet, there are only 7 results that have the word science fair and the word plants on here. Now, you're still going to have to look through here and see which ones are legit and what resources you would want to use. But these are just some basic ways to search. Now, in Google, which is the primary search that I always use, they have an advanced search down at the bottom. It does that same thing. So you can set what exact phrase. You can set it so if you keep getting stuff, let's go back to our Tigers one again. So this exact phrase, let's say we're looking for Tigers, but you want to set it up so it doesn't bring up any pages. You keep getting stuff on the Detroit Tigers. You could put in the word Detroit, and now you won't get any pages that have the word Detroit on it. And you can even narrow it down so it's only bringing up English if you wanted to. So for example, we could switch it to English. You could set it by what date it's been updated, so we can look for something in the last week. If we click here, and we have some other changes here, but if we click here on our advanced search, you can see that they have automatically put this in quotation marks. They put the minus sign, and then we can even see a link here where we can go to the past week of different results covering this. So that's pretty much all we covered with the Google searching. The next thing is a website that I go to often. It's called Diigo. And the way Diigo works, and you can see I have a little post to Diigo, that's a tool from their website. But if I go to diigo.com, now I'm already logged in. Once again, you're going to create another account for this. Yeah, I know it's a lot of creating accounts, but it's definitely worth it. It will save you much time later. Basically what Diigo is, it is a social bookmarking tool. So just like Facebook and Twitter are social networking websites, this is a way to actually network through what you bookmark, and also a way for you to organize your bookmarks. So I'll just show you quick how you would do this. So for example, I'll just use the search that we just had. So say I come across this page and I really like this page and I want to bookmark it. You could copy and paste this link, so copy, and then go back in your Diigo and paste this link by making a new bookmark. So you'd paste it here. Or what I have done under tools here, if you go to this Diigolet, all you're going to do, you're going to drag this up to your bookmarks bar here, and then you will actually be able to use this Diigolet to even bookmark. So for example, if I go back to this web page I want to bookmark it. If I click on Deaglet, I can even highlight on this page. I don't use that feature. You're going to go to bookmark, your bookmark show here. If you want, you can mark it as private. I pretty much mark all my stuff as public so that I don't mark